Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has broken out of this wedge pattern to the downside. I think in the last video we didn't have the wedge pattern on the chart yet. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we did. I might have posted it on Twitter. Well, not we, the team. So I actually haven't checked. I think there might be a signal on Twitter. You can check it out, but I haven't double checked it. But the idea is we have a 5-wave move up, complete, okay? That pullback at least indicates that. And the support region, however, hasn't changed from the last video. I only want to talk about really the shorter time frame, like an intraday update. If you're interested in the daily chart, check out the previous video. This was a possible 5-wave move up in yellow wave 1. Basically, from an Elliott Wave point of view, that indicates that we could already be in a reversal. Now, the thing is that this could still technically be a wave 4, and lead to one more low. But there's a very clear pivot in between, which is 50,967. So as long as we're holding that level, the overall focus could be on higher. I mean, it depends on which perspective you want to take as a trader, right? I mean, you might have shorted the move down from the breakout of the wedge, or you are just simply looking for maybe entering the market in a pullback. But then please note that below 50,967, the white count is in control. I'm inclined to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt. If they fail here, they might make another attempt to the upside after one more low, okay? But the chances are just too high, I think, on the long side. So to ignore it, okay? So I won't tell you there will be another low, whereas we've just had a massive crash and we could just simply be setting up for our next rally, okay? And when the reward to risk ratio is favorable on the long side, it makes sense to sort of at least explore that further. So a 5-wave move up always indicates there is at least a chance for a reversal and that we have some clear parameters. And the parameters are obviously here our support area between 50,967 and 54,331. So just to be crystal clear, I of course cannot rule out another low, but this is the first possible reversal attempt. Yeah. Now my idea is that a wave 1 topped here on Wednesday. So, well, earlier today, by the way, obviously. We might have topped there. And this is basically where the top is located, yeah? Where the top is located. However, there is another way of counting this, where we could simply say maybe wave 1 topped here. All right, and we had 5 waves already completed here. My take is that this 5th wave wasn't ending diagonal, all right? But it's possible that this is the case. And then we had an A wave down, an overshooting B wave, and we're now moving down in wave C. So I want to share with you and highlight the potential that wave 2 could finish here. Yeah. So don't necessarily, again, don't rely on a deep wave 2. It's possible. I can't tell you we will get this nice ABC structure. If we get 5 waves down, it could already be the C wave. So something like that. A wave, B wave, C wave. This would be a reasonable alternative. So these two scenarios are possible as long as we hold above 50,967. Below that level, another low will become very, very likely. So earlier today, we talked already about this 5-wave move and the wedge pattern. These wedge patterns, they tend to break to the downside. My post earlier today to our gold members on Discord just a few hours ago was, while this perspective could shift, I view Bitcoin as being in wave 2. The momentum obviously has slowed down. So as you might know, I'm not only looking at Elliott waves, I'm looking at momentum indicators as well in the background. But we saw the momentum had slowed down. The movement through the local higher highs appeared to be corrective. So I highlighted that support area again. And I just said I would like to have an additional signal for confirmation, such as a break below the trend line. We're still up here in the wedge pattern. These tend to break to the downside. They don't have to, and therefore it is usually wise to wait for a signal. So there will have been those in the community who might have shorted the move down. yeah, who might have shorted the move down. I tend to say that shorting is always tricky in a bullish market, but obviously on an intraday basis, there might be a different story depending on the local setup. What we did have was a breakout setup for a short trade. And for those who are shorting this, the resistance area at the moment, the nearest resistance, is between 56,440 and 56,646. What is that based on? That's based on the idea that the move to the downside could turn into a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that might be a 5-wave move in either the yellow wave A or the yellow wave C. And we know that an internal 4th wave shouldn't break above the 50% retracement. If it does it, something is morphing, something is changing. So if you're shorting this aggressively, I mean, what I would do personally, I would then probably stop out at the latest above that level. That's just my take. You can handle that in different ways, different strategies for each trader, right? So what we're looking for is ideally a little bit of further trend continuation to the downside before wave B starts and then another final C wave decline happens. Now, even in a scenario in which we're already in the C wave down, the more accelerated bullish scenario, ideally one more low would happen for the ideal structure, or we would have to think about that this structure is morphing, right? So what could be the case if we go higher than that, 3 waves down, it might indicate that wave A finished as a 3-wave move. And then the B wave is already unfolding. That would be my plan B. But for now, that breakout setup worked out nicely. Bitcoin is recovering a little bit. Just need to see how the market is going to react to resistance. And then we'll take it from there. At least you know all the parameters. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.